me dance. You make my heart beat super fast. You lift me up, you make me laugh. Baby, you're the best I ever had. You're the best I ever. You make me move, you make me dance. You make my heart beat super fast. You lift me up, you make me laugh. Baby, you're the best I ever had. You're the best I ever had. You make me move, you make me dance. You make my heart beat super fast. You lift me up, you make me laugh. Baby, you're the best I ever had. You're the best I ever had.
Hello and welcome to the IFAR Season 14 Twin Ring Motegi broadcast. So far, looks like it's just going to be me and Beal in the booth tonight.
Yep.
And I believe this is the one, I don't remember if we went to any other treks outside of the United States in the schedule, but I do know that this is in Japan, I'm pretty sure. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But yeah, no, very interesting track. It's a oval, ran in Japan. And this is the second to last race of the season 14 season. I said season twice in one statement. Apologies for that. They're currently getting their qualifying done at the moment. A little bit of a delay for some of those guys, but hey, got it figured out. But yeah. I forgot to check how many laps we had on gas. I'm going to get my pit lane cam set up.
Yeah, same. I have 2.
They're a bad bet. But yeah, once they get this qualifying session done, we'll go through happy hour. We've been talking about points a little bit here and there. Gnarl, they're also getting close to the end of their season as well over there, as we seen last night. They went to Kentucky. And IFAR, they got just here at Twin Ring Motegi, and then after that, Chicagoland in season 14 is a wrap after that. Right now, we pull up the. Let me see how much time they got left in quali. Not much longer. But yeah. Pull up a couple things, but yeah, their qualifying results are up there on the board. It looks like Mr. Alexander Gonzalez Greene with the pole. I need to update some numbers again, because yeah. I mean, I update the numbers every time I go through the number pack I have, but I guess GNL, it takes a little bit longer to do all that. Alright, reset those. So everybody in the server that is in the server is in the server, and we are ready to do happy hour. So before I go any further, let's go ahead and talk about our point situation. Top 5 in points, really all that matters at this point for the championship battle. Not as tight as it was. Joshua Clements right now with the points lead, 21 points over Dunlaprad, 22 points over Gino Bononi, who Gino Bononi has been, I mean, definitely the best in terms of wins. He's got 3 wins this season opposed to Joshua Clements, 1 win. And then you see Kyle Watts down there, 4th in points with also 1 win as well. Dunlaprad, he's chilling. P2 and standings have had a really consistent season, just no wins, which is interesting to say. Granted, we still have here tonight Twin Ring Motegi and next week at Chicagoland, but definitely interesting to note. From personal experience, I haven't seen Dunn race a whole lot here. From what I've been around, what I've seen, I just joined the community back in like late 2022. I wasn't around IFAR until like season 11, I think. I don't know. I wasn't really exposed to it till then. Yeah. So it's good stuff. My thing still didn't update for some reason. Okay, I guess I have to have all the cars plus the time. That's stupid. Oh well. Do that then.
Yep.
Yeah, Kyle Watt's currently fastest in happy hour. Hopefully his IFAR number doesn't run, but regardless, I don't think it'd be an issue seeing he runs the same livery in both leagues. Yes, I just said livery. Didn't think I'd be saying that in the big year 2025, but it's just, if I'm being quite honest, it's a lot easier to say than paint scheme. All right. So it's Jelani Howe. though I don't know a whole lot of the lore of this league, I do know that from what I understand, I know Jelani's a big fan of this track, being from Japan and whatnot. Also a little, I guess on the quarter panel of the car, I guess it's a like person holding up a sign that has a cross out on the Adidas logo right next to the Adidas logo, which is that's interesting. So that's cool to see. Thomas Troxley, he's back in the number 10. He's practicing his.
It's a pizza logo.
Pizza. It's a pizza logo. Did
Yeah,
I think
no
that?
pizza. No pizza logo.
Ah, I thought that with the pepperonis, the way the pepperonis are placed, I thought that was an Adidas
Maybe
logo.
that's what it is. I don't know.
Hold on, let me zoom in on this. Let me
Maybe
get it like
maybe it is no pepperoni on pizza, but it is pepperoni pizza.
Cheese Food Insider. That is a pepperoni pizza. So Jelani Howell, not a big fan of pepperoni pizza, I guess.
Somehow
or,
that's probably one of the best toppings on pizza,
I
other
mean,
than bacon.
I mean, me personally, I'm a big pepperoni guy. Pepperoni stuffed crust with the extra Parmesan. That
Yeah,
is my cup of tea right there.
Other than the bacon, pepperoni is a good topping.
I haven't tried bacon pepperoni. I feel like it's too much pig.
Probably.
Yeah, too much pig in that. There's a points leader, Mr. Joshua Clements. To be honest, I forgot. I know he won a race this season, but I forgot which race it was. I just haven't really.
Is it Texas?
I think it was. Yeah, it was Texas, wasn't it? I mean, you know more than I do. Shoot. And then last race, Richmond, Alexander Gonzalez Greene, or Alexander GG, as he goes by in the league, or in the game. Been putting together some pretty good results since his return. Number 63 Toyota. Daniel Rivera, number 15. There's Dylan Pratt. He's getting some practice in, testing those limits. Some of these guys practicing their pit road. Happy Hour is currently saying 25 minutes left in the session. That will be using all that. There's Steven Gibson. I'm talking about him and Gnarl lately. He's been putting on a heck of a show there. In his 2 starts, he has definitely turned some heads with his performances there. Pole in what I believe is his debut at Portland Oval, and then last night at Kentucky, led late. Granted, had a little shot there at the end to try to get around Landon Lyle. Wasn't enough. But excellent performances out of Steven Gibson lately, and I'm curious to see if he can translate maybe a win over here to IFAR. I don't know if he's won yet. I don't think he's won yet in Gnarl, obviously, but
I don't. Yeah, no.
he's been good and consistent, as well as in BPNR, another league that runs. He's been running, so I've been keeping my eye on him. He's a pretty good driver. Hasn't quite found victory lane yet, as much as he should have. Kyle Watts, Mr. King Watts. He's I expect to see him up front. I don't remember if he won practice or not. Didn't keep track of that, if I'm being honest.
He's usually up front.
Yeah.
Pretty much the entire race.
Yeah, IFAR he struggled here a little bit, but nonetheless he has a win this season at I forget what track it came out. Anyways, race time.
Oh yeah.
Alexander Gonzalez Greene on the pole. I'm gonna get in and out of my car for 2 reasons. One, so I can see the fuel, which is 34 projected laps. That, and so I can retire, and these guys don't have to wait that long to start the race.
I guess you reset it. Hang on. Never mind, you didn't. Never mind. No, we're good.
Okay, I'm about to say.
I was just behind on replay.
Okay. Alright. Change my stuff over. I didn't change my qualifying button over. I apologize for that. Let me go ahead and do that via... I was going to do it on my phone, but probably easier to do it on... thing. I'm so used to the other UI, I forgot. Alright. 80 laps tonight as well.
Your engines!
So 34 projected laps on a tank, 80 laps. That leaves some room for some strategy. We seen at Richmond that pit road speeds were a factor in some of these guys, some of those guys' strategies to maybe undercut and overcut, and we've seen some of those guys, lose a little bit too much time on pit road, costing them in the end. I did not check pit speed, but if I had to guess, I'd say around 45. And with this track being the way it is, I think some strategy could work.
Oh yeah.
You want to call the green?
Yeah. Pace car's on pit road. AGG is going to lead the way here to the green flag with Kyle Watts on the front row. And we are underway here at Twin Wing Motegi. And then in turn number 1, AGG gets the edge into the corner. And he's going to take the lead, and Kyle Watts just going to drop all the way down to maybe even 4th here out of turn number 2.
Yeah, high line. Not good on restarts in the entry of one, it seems. Or maybe Watts didn't quite get the start he needed.
Yeah. And there, the 12 of Victor Delgado slides into the wall on the first lap, and his rear end is already killed into turn 3.
Unfortunate. I don't know. Did someone get into him, or did he spin on his own?
Might have lost it. Let me take a look here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lost. Yeah, he went in way hard and just lost it.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a tough break for Victor Delgado. More than likely ends his race.
Yeah. If he does stay in the race, he's going to have a long 80 laps.
Yeah, he's definitely out of contention for the win at least.
Yeah. That's some pretty nasty damage too. I don't know if he'd be.
Yeah. Meanwhile, it's AGG and Dunlop Prod pulling away from the rest of the field. Daniel Rivera in 3rd, Kyle Watts in 4th, and Gino Bonani in 5th.
Hold on a second, let me check something real quick. Alright, we good.
Thomas Roxall's on pit road. Maybe I think he spun out. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't understand this at all. Maybe
oh yeah, he did. He spun into turn 1.
Really? Okay.
Yep, he's same as Victor, just lost it into the corner. And he's also on pit road, and he's now a lap down.
Oh, well, Victor might have some competition. Victor's still on pit road with that damage, though.
Yeah.
Troxel didn't get near as much damage as Victor did. I'm wondering if this starts becoming a game of who your drafting partner is, because, you got these corners down here that there's some decently good braking zones, at least from my experience at this track. The straightaways gives you enough draft, keeps up with the guy in front of you a decent bit. I don't know the level of the strength of that draft, but I do know that it's going to play a factor in how these guys approach this, along with tire saving and managing the that balance between keeping up and not keeping up to the point where you're cooking your tires and killing or shooting yourself in the foot there at the end of the run. So it's gonna be interesting to see as we clock down lap 5.
Back down on pit road, and I think he might have sped. He might have sped coming on the last time. That's why he's coming down again.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like it's what that is. So Troxel already 2 laps down in this one.
Yep. Well, if y'all see another Troxel crash out clip in the IFAR channel, y'all know why.
Yeah. Oh, and Victor's coming off pit road as well.
I wonder how many laps down he is. 'Cause I know he's at least a couple. Yeah, he's 3 down.
He is 3 laps down. Yep.
Once they cross the line, it's probably gonna up to 4 laps down.
Cole got really loose into the corner entry there, and he's going to be passed by Joshua Clements for, I believe, 6th place. And now that's a battle with Rodriguez and Steven Gibson on the inside, trying to get to the border panel in 91. Now it's beside him down the back straightaway. And I don't know if he'll get the pass done here. He's going to send it in here into turn 3.
Ooh.
Going to slide up a little bit. I think someone else might have spun, but I'm not sure.
Wash him up a little
I saw
bit.
smoke.
Yeah.
And Rodriguez on the wall. That's going to give the spot to Steven Gibson. And Gino Bonani is in 3rd place.
Yeah, I don't know what that tire smoke from. Could be someone cooking it in the corner a little too hard. I don't think we had a full-on spin.
Nothing happens. Oh, that Troxel again? It was Troxel. Troxel spun it into turn 3.
Dang. I'm gonna
Rough race for Troxel.
change one more thing. Hopefully my game doesn't crash while I'm tabbed out. The numbers, once again, did not want to cooperate. Go, and there we go. Alright, now they're in the right numbers. If people don't get Cameron Jameson mixed up with Sebastian Amaya from Gnarl, so yeah, we good now.
And Gino is pretty far behind the leaders right now. Let's see if he can build up that gap and catch right back up to him.
Yeah, my concern for Gino is, you know, we've seen him, you know, push kind of hard before.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I will say at Martinsville, one of the wins he got this season, he was actually pretty masterful about, you know, making sure he wasn't cooking his stuff too much, and that was actually what got him the win for the most part, I think. Don't hold me to that, but just from what I saw, that was basically
Make sure he
what I
wasn't
seen.
just wall cooling right there.
I don't think they have a rule against that in this league.
Oh, they don't?
No.
No. Makes sense. Never mind then.
Yeah.
We go on.
I don't think. Don't hold me to that either. I didn't check the rule book before this race, so I know there's some people doing it in past races to try to gain a little bit of a tire advantage and tire
Control
heat.
B time.
Yeah, which tire heat, I would imagine would be one thing you definitely need to focus on for this race, especially with how long it is and managing those tires, these corners. It's gonna be interesting to see.
It was close. I don't think so though.
But yeah, no, you know, I was talking about before, draft is a bit of a factor as well, and with these top two, you know, we got Alexander Gonzalez Greene, Dunn LaPrade, Dunn just kind of keeping up with the 63
Yeah.
at the moment. It's a long race to go. It's only lap 12. A lot of stuff could be played in mind. I imagine Dunn, he's probably balancing what strategy he think would be best to put him in contention for the win here. And Alex, you know, he's a very talented driver. He's won races here, several races here. If I remember right, I think he's the defending champ in this league. So he's obviously not going to be able to defend that championship with the bit of a hiatus he had, but definitely still has that speed that he can put on. He can show on the track, and he can still manage that and put himself up front in victory lane as consistent as he needs to.
Yeah, Kyle Watts is just taking fourth from Daniel Rivera, and Joshua Clements now putting the heat on the 15 as well.
Yeah, and I imagine, you know, Josh, again, being that points leader, you don't want to give up too many points. He's only got 21 points on Dunn. With this position difference they have right now, it could put a good enough a dent where Chicagoland's going to be next week's going to be, you know, a bit more spicier than what it would have been had it not been the ladder. So it's going to be interesting to see how this race goes still. But a lot of gaps and a lot of different racing styles we're seeing here. And Daniel Rivera, he's taking a bit of a different exit there. And here's Steven Gibson going to take it 3 wide.
Oh yeah, 3 wide for 5th place, I think this is. And I think if Steven Gibson can hang up on the inside here, maybe he gets the runoff. Yeah, he's going to get to the inside of Joshua Clements. Now they're going to battle for this spot.
Oh,
He's going to let Rivera kind of sneak back into here, but I don't think he's going to send it here. And trying to go through the middle, thought better of it though. Oh, Rodriguez! What a save by Cole. My goodness, and Steven Gibson is going to take that spot from Joshua Clements. But we'll see if there's a crossover coming. He's trying to set him up for it, but Rivera goes to the inside before he does that.
Yeah, these guys getting pretty racy back here.
Yeah, Rivera sliding up though. I don't know if he gets the exit. We'll see. I think he's going to stay side by side. Oh, Joshua Clements got the big run off. He's going to clear Rivera. He's going to try the outside again. He couldn't get the power down on the outside there. Steven Gibson's going to run off. Clements just hit the wall. Yeah. Ooh, Cole Rodriguez going to try and go for the spot on Rivera. Rivera's going to have to send it into the corner. That's going to give him sliding him up the racetrack. But he's still going to be able to get the corner down.
Yeah, pressure that corner entry. I think ultimately helped Rivera on corner exit. Maybe. Yeah. Well, maybe not.
Oh, Cole got the run, though. He's going to go to the inside here in 3. Oh, he wasn't able to make it stick, but Rivera's going to slide up again.
Yeah, once again,
About
washed
the
him out of
fourth
his
or fifth
line.
time this race he's done that.
Yeah.
In turn 3. Oh, he's going to hit the wall. My goodness.
Cora takes the spot.
Rivera was, I think, 3rd at the start of this race and has now dropped all the way down to 8th.
Yeah, that first run drove all the way up to 3rd. I don't know if they started there or not. I didn't quite.
I think he started around top 5. I don't know if he was exactly in 3rd. He could have been. But Clements is catching up to Steven Gibson. See if he makes a move here in 3. Yeah, he's going to try to peek the outside.
Yeah. Makes me think that Daniel Rivera, he's probably using up his stuff more than these guys the way he's falling back.
Seems like what's happening to Rivera.
He's not keeping up with these guys as good.
Yeah, he lost a lot of ground to Gino in 4th. And then obviously got passed around by Kyle and Clements and Gibson. And basically lost all that ground from there.
And Thomas Troxel, I don't know when, but Pasta just reminded me in the chat, Thomas Troxel has called it a night in that number 10 car.
Yeah.
Oh, Colruyt, he's around.
It was... Oh, and around he goes. I think that's probably the 3rd time I've seen him get loose into turn 3, and it finally broke loose on him and spun him out. And looks like he's having trouble getting back going, but he's going to lose a lot of ground, though.
Yeah.
But he's back going.
Yeah, it's a big track. A lot of time to get that thing back going.
Yeah.
We'll scare there with how he did get it back going, but no, he did get it back going.
But yeah, the gap for the lead is, well, starting to increase a little bit. It was up to the rear bumper for the 74 before on AGG. Now it's starting to make a gap out of itself.
Yep.
Oh, and Kolja got loose again in turn 3. That was close. Ooh, I think his tires might be cooked up.
Yeah, he's probably going to have to cut it into a different strategy if he wants to.
Oh, his wheel came off. That's what had happened.
I'll do it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. He's playing with the throttle a lot in turn 3 now.
Yeah, he doesn't want to mess it up too much. The only problem with playing with the throttle, especially if you're leaning on it too hard, is gonna use up your stuff even more, and it's gonna cut your run a little bit shorter than what you want it to. Yeah. In his case, I think it's gonna have to be the way he goes about it is cutting this run short, pitting. Otherwise, not only his tires gonna be extra cooked, but he's gonna lose a lot of time with those cooked tires. Granted, I don't know if there's really much to gamble for, but oh man, he is not having a good time.
I will say, Kyle Watts has closed in on Gino for 3rd. Is going to try and send it into 3. Takes a peek to the inside, but not going to be able to get there. But he's going to have a good exit, I think, right here off 4. Maybe not. He got a little bit loose off 4.
They keep it even.
Yeah. He's going to try and peek to the inside again. Oh, boy, it sent that in right there. He's going to get just barely almost to the quarter panel of Gino. And I think he's going to be able to make a move right here.
Yeah, no, he got about as close as he could without hitting him.
That was very close.
One thing about Kyle, he is not known for being a dirty driver at all. He is very methodical about his on-track decision-making.
Got a little sideways there. Oh, he might get into... Almost got into Gino. Yeah, Gino had to go all the way up the track to not get rammed by Kyle because Kyle was.
He sent it a little too deep there.
Yeah, and Kyle's gonna try the outside this time in 1 and 2. Might be able to work. He's might get a little bit of a run here.
Yeah, undercut that exit. Maybe try to get that run on.
Yeah, he does. There he goes to the inside. To the quarter panel though. Yes, he is. And he's gonna get that spot easily. So Kyle Watts now up to third. I'm not sure when the pit window opens here.
Yeah, so
For-
I think it was 34 laps, if I remember right. Yeah, it was 34
Okay.
laps is how much they have on a tank. So lap 34 is when that fuel is going to run out. We're probably going to see people pit earlier than that. Probably
Ooh,
around.
Kyle Watts just sent turn 3. He's going to go all the way up the track. Gino gets right back by him.
You know, we're talking about pit stops. Mr. Steven Gibson, he's going to be the first one to go down pit road. He's going to go with the splitting this thing into a little bit more than what it would normally be. I think, you know, splitting it into 2 would be really the
Cameron
long.
Jameson got really high into turn 3 and 4 and almost hit the wall.
Yeah, so we got these guys cutting it, I think, in the 3 stops, and then you got guys cutting it into 2 stops.
Yeah. And Kyle Watts is going to get by Gino, who's actually coming down pit road this time. So is AGG and Done the Prod.
Yeah. And Josh, he's going to try to stay out a little longer.
So is Watts. See how that works for him.
Usually the undercut is the way to go, but I've seen Kyle Watts. He the way he drives, the way he goes about things is he presses the envelope on the car's ability, especially when it comes to, you know, short runs and whatnot. But when it comes to long runs, wow, I just washed up there. When it comes to long runs, he focuses more
Coming to pit road.
on having the fresher tires than the competition, and that usually comes in his favor longer in the run.
Yeah, something about Kyle, he's so consistent, he can basically run any kind of strategy he wants to. I've seen him do one stops before, and it's worked out for him. He's won a race off of it.
Yeah, these guys pitting around here lap 29, so...
Or was it a 2-stopper? I think it was a 2-stopper.
Yeah, I think, see, lap 30, they pit lap 30, they pit around lap 60. Yeah, that should be good for him to do a 2-stopper. I don't know why I said 3-stopper, but...
Oh, we got Steven Gibson has blown 4th gear.
And that's basically
That's
a race
big.
ender. Yeah, he's... I mean, unless he wants to just roll around in 3rd, yeah, he's going to run this thing till it blows.
That's what he's doing. Yeah, he's going to rev limiter for the rest of the race. Yep, that's going to be it for Gibson.
Yeah, I'd imagine he's just going to run this thing till it can't run no more, because eventually that motor's going to give out on him.
Yeah, here's Watts and Clements coming off pit road. Looks like Gino is going to get by Clements, but I don't think he's going to get by Kyle.
Yeah.
This might be for the lead. Depending on where, or maybe I think AGG and Done the Prod gapped him, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, in relevance to Gino, I think this was a gain for Clements. So getting your competition a little closer. I don't know if Gino had a not as good as a pit stop, or maybe the.
By the way,
Wait,
Cameron Jameson is your leader right now.
Oh yeah.
I don't think he's come down pit road yet.
Yeah, he's gonna run this thing out. Just, you know, see what he can do with it. Have those fresher tires at the end.
Yeah, fresher tires might be huge for him.
Yeah, we'll see what he does for him. You know, good to go out there and lead some laps.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I kind of like it. He's got a pretty big gap between the leaders.
Yeah. Grant again hasn't pit yet.
Yeah.
But good to log in some laps in the lead, just in case.
Slid up in turn 3 again. Does he stay out another lap here? He does. Ooh.
Yeah, he can stay out as long as a lap 33, 34. That's about as far as you can go with this fuel.
And he keeps sliding up a lot in 3 and 4, and that's probably losing him a lot of more ground.
Yeah.
Probably possible.
Yeah, no, and he's gonna have to pit soon. You wanna, push as hard as you can without killing your speed. But yeah, another thing to factor in with those pit stops, guys that were close together through all of that was Alexander Gonzalez Greene and Dale Prad. Now, Watts and Clements were also kind of close together with draft. So I guess it's just driver differentiation on that, but that is an interesting factor to put on the table there as well, I think.
Cameron slides up again in 1 and 2 this time.
Yeah.
He's just fighting that car right now.
Yeah, he
Surprised.
is.
I'm still surprised he hasn't come down. I think he might be coming down this time though.
Yeah,
I don't know.
he can only get one more lap, I think, with
Yeah.
fuel unless he saves some. Which I think honestly, the best bet pit here.
Yep, he's coming down, and that inherits the lead to AGG once again. But AGG just got loose into turn 3. Done the Prod's gonna have a run. I don't think it's gonna be enough though. But that was a pretty big slip up by the 63.
Yep. Gets them a little closer together.
Yeah.
So far, AGG has led every lap of this race, or not, I say that
I
he's
wouldn't
led
say
every
that.
lap until pit stops. So
Yeah.
He definitely one to watch. Cameron Jameson so far the only other, and I think Kyle Watts as well. I actually don't remember
I don't
throughout
think
the
Kyle
cycle, but I
led.
know Cameron Jameson, he led some laps there as well. So it's good to see. I've seen someone else on pit road. There's D-Dog. Wait,
Oh.
D-Dog?
I think
Oh.
he might have just joined.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't
I
remember
think
seeing
he
him
just
no
joined.
more.
Yeah, I remember seeing him in the session.
Yeah,
at
he's a
all,
little
really.
late.
A little bit.
Yeah,
About 35 laps too late.
yeah. I guess I don't know if he missed the start or what.
He
But,
might have.
I mean, regardless, he had his name in the server. He was able to put some laps in. But, alright. A new challenger has approached.
And all he has to beat is Victor Delgado, Thomas Troxel, and Cameron Jameson. Okay. What happened to Cameron? Hang on a second.
He's out of the race.
Yeah, I gotta see what happened. Oh, I guess he just called it quits on pit road. That's interesting.
Yeah, led some laps and called it a night.
I don't know. I kind of like this strategy. Okay.
I don't think it was gonna. I don't know if it was gonna lead him to a good
Oh,
finish, but you know, he gotta applaud the effort.
It's a good battle for third place right here. Gino Bonanni all over Kyle Watts and Joshua Clements closing in on these two.
Yep. D-Dog jump scare. That's true. The Harry in the chat. I wonder if these guys can. I know draft's not the hugest thing.
That's definitely wall cooling.
I'm not gonna lie, Bill. I mean, all three of them on that wall.
I saw them all
When there's no
doing
rule
this.
against it, and you know you got basically everyone in the field doing it, it's basically the only way to
Yeah,
keep yourself in contention, keep yourself up with the competition,
yeah.
see what they're doing, and make it better.
Well, AGG is pulling away from Dun the Prod once again. Basically putting on a clinic.
Victor Delgado, he's making his second stop of the night. Again, he had to pit early. By early, I mean lap 1 early, because of a spin on lap 1. So he's kind of just waiting to see if anyone else is going to have issues, see if he can bank a good finish. I know Steven Gibson, he could probably maybe have a shot at getting around him late in the race. Gibson, he's still in it.
Yeah.
Despite not having 4th gear. He's been revving that thing out for quite a while. I'm surprised it hasn't blown up yet. I don't know if maybe he's giving it a little rest here and there. I know he's obviously getting it a rest in the corners, but giving it a little rest down the straights to where it isn't.
Yeah, I'm redlining like halfway down the straightaway, so we'll see how that lasts.
If it lasts this entire race, that's insane.
Yeah, that'd be impressive.
More power to him. I mean, you know, sometimes your brakes get put in a bad situation, especially the gear like 4th gear. That's very important.
Yeah, he's redlining not even before he gets to turn 3.
Yeah, that's.
Oh man.
I mean, he's not losing a stupid amount of time, but he's not going to be up the pace by no stretch.
He's also his top speed is 161 miles an hour down the straightaway.
Yeah, Victor just came out of pit road. Their long stop for the 12.
About as fast as a next-gen car. Let's see Jelani. Yeah, Jelani is going 181 before he hits the brakes into turn 3, so that's about a 20-mile-an-hour difference.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we got a battle for last.
Oh, yeah.
It's basically a, you
Oh,
know,
man.
if Gibson can make it work long enough, and if Victor can maybe have a shot at. Oh no, never mind. Victor's like 7 laps down. There's no way in hell he's gonna catch him. There's no way in hell. D-Dog 35 laps down. He can probably snag a spot off of Jameson. Get P11.
I think he heard Cameron retire, so he joined the server and tried to get some points here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he had something going on. I was like, all right, I'm gonna join now.
Yeah. Oh, and Victor Delgado has spun off turn 4.
Man.
Yeah, he just lost it.
Rough night goes to worse. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want to doom that 12 or nothing, but the way this is going, I mean, it's a bit of an over-exaggeration, but D-Dog might have another spot to grab.
Clements is all over Gino Bonanni for 4th place, and tries to the outside lane is gonna try and cut to the bottom here.
Yeah.
See if it gives him a run. Gino gets a little bit loose. I think Clements will be able to make a move here in 3. See if he takes it.
Yeah, so far these 3 guys here are just kind of, I mean, they've been battling each other, try to get that track.
Oh, Kyle just slid up into turn 3, and that's going to give Gino the spot.
Wow, was not ready for that.
Is he going to slide into him? Oh, Kyle's in the wall. Gino's going to take that spot.
And
I think
Clements
Kyle tried
as well.
to keep it down, and Clements is going to take Kyle's spot too, yeah. So Kyle is going to drop down to, I think, 5th, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can't blame Watts. You know, you missed the corner. You got to do what you got. Oh, D-Dog is.
D-Dog Dan, I think, is going to call it a night.
All right, yeah. Do a few laps, start and park, call it good.
Yeah, get some points.
I think he got around Jameson. No, he did not get around Jameson.
He didn't,
okay.
no. I think he had to do, like, I think 35 laps. Ooh, and Clements is going to get a run. Gino got loose off 4. Almost tried to block him.
Yeah, with that maneuver, I don't think that gained. There was enough
He
time.
didn't gain much, yeah.
Yeah.
Gino with a slight little block there. Kyle's going to slide up again in 1 and 2. Let's see if he gets the run off here. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, Colruyt back there as well. I think he's on. I don't know if he's on a little bit fresher tires or different.
Could be.
What? But is he even?
I think Clements is going to go for it here in 3. What a block by Gino. And Clements be forced to go to the outside and going to try and arc it down here. I don't know
Yeah.
if he's going to be able to get a run. He does not.
Colruyt, he's a lap down with that spin he had. So he's definitely off sequence and just kind of try to hold on to a top 10.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think at this point, if you finish the race, you're guaranteed a top 10. So congratulations on everybody except for Cameron Jameson.
Clements hit the wall big time off turn number 2.
Yeah, wow.
And that's going to lose him a lot of ground.
These guys, they're racing pretty hard right now because
Yeah. This is killing their tires.
I think they're under the impression at this point, and I don't think it's a bad impression that they're probably not going to catch 63.
No. Yeah.
Likely not going to catch 74. And I think, you know, they've drifted apart as well, and I think there's a different level of.
Yeah, 63 is pulling away as well. Yeah.
Yeah. That balance of pace and management.
Yeah.
Alexander Gonzalez Greene has so far.
Clements setting up Gino again right here. Gino's going to take the defensive line into the inside. Clements trying to the outside. Didn't have anything there, but had a nose to the quarter panel at least. And Gino's actually going to get some momentum there off the corner. So Gino is playing some good defense right here for 3rd place.
Yep. And you gotta remember that championship battle with Dunn and you know Gino and Clements also, they're all right there in order that would you know, make this battle closer.
Yeah, a little bit more important too.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how much points would be, how much the points differentiation would be on that gain.
Yeah.
But if this finishes where it's at right now, it would be closer for sure. another thing to note, fastest lap. Looks like Kyle Watts has that right now. So.
No surprise there.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe someone could try and snatch that. Kyle Watts, he is one of the best.
Cole
when it
got
comes to...
loose again in 3. Saved it once more. And Done the Prod is on pit road.
Oh, all right. I don't hate that call. I mean, you gotta do something different from the leader. If you don't, you're not gonna put yourself in a good spot. You can make it to the end from here on gas. So.
Yeah.
I like what he's doing. He's going to short pit this, try to get that track position. I think that's going to be a benefit. And, that opens the door. Maybe AGG, he's not going to come in yet, but that maybe opens the door for some other guys as that pit window opens to make it to the end of the race. Maybe some guys, do something a little different. Definitely, I'd imagine maybe some guys in the back tried that. I'd definitely be a bit more confident in your tire saving abilities by doing that, but we'll see.
Clements is still all over Gino right now. Might have a move set up right here, though, to the outside out of turn number 2.
He's got good run here. The outside gets good momentum, but you just got to make it stick in the corner. It's not easy to do. He might actually do it here, though.
He might do it, yeah. On the outside, Gino's coming down pit road. AGG also down on pit road as well. And I think Kyle Watts is coming in.
Holy, Kyle Watts gained a ton of time there. Holy.
Yeah, that was a good entry for Kyle, depending on if he wasn't speeding.
Yeah, if he gets caught speeding, then he's cooked.
And let's see how much ground Done the Prod can make up.
Yeah, I don't. Jelani also come to pit road. Gibson. There's Dunn. I wish NR had a track map I could use.
Yeah.
And Josh isn't super far away from him. So, I mean, Josh, I think's, assumption of the, wait, who's in the lead? Oh, Kyle, right? Wait, no?
No.
Okay, yeah,
no.
It's Josh now.
For
Okay.
the lead right now. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Josh, he's got the lead now. He's gonna try to do what he did that last run with what Kyle did, except this time he's gonna pit a lap. I'm assuming a lap or 2 later.
Oh, Josh, okay, there it is.
Well, I guess 2 laps. He's already stayed out another one. He's gonna stay out longer than Kyle. Have those fresher tires for the end. That way he can push it a little harder if he needs to.
Yeah, and I think the gap for AGG in the 74 is just about to stay the same. Clements is coming down pit road.
Yeah, that's definitely not good for Dunn, as he needed that advantage to be in front of him and also have those fresher tires.
Big damage on Daniel Rivera. Take a look at what happened here.
He's done.
That's a big damage. I think he lost it coming out of pit road. He slammed that wall. Yeah, he overcorrected, slammed the wall out of turn 2. And that's a big, big damage. Yeah, he's done.
He blew up.
That's a tough break for Rivera. Lost a lot of spots on that first run. Well, basically it's the only run, but a couple laps in. Now he's done because he messed up his pit road exit. And here's Clements coming off pit road.
Yeah, he's going to be at a deficit with that time. Question is, can he make that up?
Yeah, we'll see how those new tires can help Clements here.
There's Gino.
And Gino gets by him.
Yeah, Gino gained a ton.
That's a big time deficit. Clements was just on his outside when Gino came down. Now he's very far behind him, and Kyle Watts looking on him as well.
Yeah. And now it's time to start thinking about the end of the race, because I'm pretty sure all these guys can make it on gas.
Yep.
Might be some stray guys that might not have got enough gas, but I highly doubt that.
And Gibson is slow. I think he's just letting the guys go. Yeah, he's just letting the leader go.
Yeah, again,
unless he's coming down.
Yeah, no third gear. He's just... I gotta applaud him. He's doing really good, despite not having a 4th gear. And like you said, 20 miles an hour slower at some points. But finally went a lap down with that in mind. He's just trying to hold on. I gotta applaud the effort, especially with the pace he has. Despite that.
Yeah.
Makes me wonder though if that motor's gonna blow up anytime soon. I know I keep talking about it.
Lasted about what, 30 laps?
And imagine he runs this entire race and it blows up with like 3 to go. That would be so depressing. But yeah, I got that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
The car's still running.
And you know what? The top 5 are the only cars on the lead lap.
Yeah, I think Jelani Howell just went a lap down.
Yeah.
As well. So the next car to go a lap down is Kyle Watson. He's not really
pretty far
close.
ahead, yeah.
Yeah, he's not really that close to going a lap down.
No.
I doubt he will with the time left in this race, and he's kind of on the same strategy as the leaders, I think. I don't 100% remember, but he's not like too far off in terms of tires, so we'll see what he can put on the table. This thing ain't over though. I think we got that battle for battle for the lead. It's not close at the moment. And then that battle for third, however, it's not close at the moment, but I could see it getting close as this run goes on. We still got coming to 20 to go here in a few laps. Obviously, plenty of room for mistakes. Kyle Watts just made one. Had a slip up in turn 3. Keeps it going. Someone in pit road, that is Victor Delgado making his final stop of the race, I'd imagine.
Or what could be.
Yeah. I think P9 is in his sights with Daniel Rivera not being able to finish the race. Not being able to finish the race, the 15 Daniel Rivera is still going to be able to score a top 10.
Yeah, we have 20 laps to go in this race, so that's good news for the Steven Gibson engine.
Yep. Only 20 more laps, buddy. You can make it. You can make it, man.
I believe in you.
Yeah, put them Toyota engines to good use.
Yeah. They're gonna have to rebuild that one.
Yeah, they're gonna have to. Yeah, they have to get a new one for sure.
I think it might be 1,000 degrees by the time they get it back to the race shop there.
Another thing to think about, I don't think there's anyone in this league that runs without their engine sound. I think the only guy I can think of that doesn't have their engine sound on at all is Ryan Scarrett, which is insane to think about. But he doesn't race here. Steven Gibson, he has to hear that, and you know what? That in your mind as a driver, I'd imagine is not the best thing to hear. Is like, okay, I need to shift up, but knowing you can't because if you do, you're not going to have anything to shift to.
Yeah.
It's just, I'd imagine that is probably a little irritating for Steven, but I gotta applaud him for pushing through, man.
Yeah, and he's another spin off turn 4. Let me take a look at who that was. Might have been Victor.
I don't see him on the track actually. Yeah, Victor has called it a night.
Yeah, it might have been.
So he's gonna get P10. So now only 8 cars still in the race. Cole Rodriguez, the last running car at the moment, and Steven Gibson, he could retire, really not have anything to lose if he wanted to. His really only competition is Cole Rodriguez, who it's actually could be an interesting battle here before too long.
Yeah, Victor. It was Victor Delgado who spun off turn 4 again. Same exact spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, just lost it. Called it a night.
Yeah, thing with these two though, they are on their last run. Anything from here, it's gonna come in this run, unless they get a yellow. Which with only 8 cars on the track and almost everybody spread out, I highly doubt that's gonna be the case.
And Clements with those tire advantages closing in on Gino now.
We're talking about that championship, that one position.
Yeah, it could mean a lot. We'll see how much it benefits him.
Let me double check on the points system real quick. That way I can get a good idea of what points we gain. So I know the bonuses are going to go to right now as it stands, and I don't think we're going to see any more fastest lap. So Kyle Watt's probably going to have fastest lap. That's his, and that bonus point to Alexander Gonzalez Greene for leading the most laps and for pole, I think is locked up. Pretty sure, and. For leading a lap, I don't know if there's a point for that. I'm about to check. Let me look. I know Josh did lead a lap. Gino and Dunn did not lead a lap. So that is one thing to factor in.
Yep.
If
yeah, Clements now all over the back bumper of Gino. See if he can find a move this time. Remember, Gino put on some good defense last time before those last pit stops. Oh, and Gino slides up a little bit. We'll see how much that affects him here. And not a lot, but Clements is all over him now.
All right, so points. So okay, so let's see. First gets 38. So there's only a 3-point differentiation from second and third. 2-point differentiation from third and fourth, and then
Clements in the wall.
1 point from that, and then everyone gets like a point extra from that. You get a 1-point bonus for bonuses. So I honestly think Josh is still going to have a pretty good points lead after this race if it finishes where it is.
Yeah.
He just has to make sure he, doesn't make any mistakes, doesn't finish too poorly next week. Granted, we still got this race to go. We're getting close to 10 laps remaining, but not over yet.
Yeah, he's still working on Gino. See if he's gonna try and make a move here into 3. I don't know if he's gonna try this time. Or he's gonna do that outside move he's been doing most of the race. Gonna try and cut down low. Grab the gear and go down to 3rd. Gino gets loose off 4, side by side.
Josh hit the wall a little bit there.
Yeah, but they're side by side now. Let's see if Josh can get the advantage on the outside. Gino puts it down in there. He's gonna get that spot again. Well, let's see if Clements can cross him over.
Yeah, it doesn't quite get that apex right.
No.
Still got a good run though. Managed it pretty good here. He's gonna try the dive, fakes it.
Yeah, he does the fake to the outside. That's one move he's been doing most of the race. And Clements gonna try and get that corner. He's gonna almost get a good run, not beneficially.
Yeah, Gino was ready for that. He was.
Yeah.
Or at least ready enough to the point where it wasn't going to mess him up.
And Gino, once again, putting on some defense here for 3rd place. Coming to 10 to go next time by.
Yeah, 10 laps to defend that spot.
And we'll see how that works out for him. And Clements can use that bumper if he wants to.
Yeah, he could use it, but I don't know if that would be a good decision.
Yeah, if you do it, you might have to run.
No, I'm just thinking overall. I don't know if that'd be a good decision.
You just gotta make sure you don't dump the guy. That's
yeah,
all.
I mean, the position is worth a lot, but he's also got that 21-point cushion on Dunlap-Pratt, and he's got that 22-point cushion on Gino Bononi coming into this race. That's probably only going to dwindle down to like maybe 15 or so if I had to.
Block Gino again, taking that defensive line, gonna take the inside here, the 3 and 4.
Yeah.
See if it works for him this time. Clements, remember, before pit stops, had a good run on the outside. Not going to get it this time, though.
Okay. Didn't quite get it early enough to where he could pinch down that 24, but...
No.
Yeah, like I was saying, there's stuff on the line, but it's not on the line to the point where he has to get into someone's bumper.
Yeah.
If he has to settle for this spot, I don't think he'd be happy about it, but...
He hit the wall again, though.
It's an option he has. It's not going to cost him the title.
Well, a really good corner for Clements. See if he gets the exit, though. Not quite.
Your step battle for the lead has changed at all. Nothing up front.
Really, nah.
Yeah, this is the only battle on track that I'm aware of, unless one of them lap down cars are doing something.
Yeah.
Steven Gibson has fallen down to P8 from Cole Rodriguez.
Ooh, Gino missed the apex right there. See if Clements can make something happen.
Yeah, it's going to be a game of cat and mouse between these two.
Oh, he's going to try the inside this time. Not going to get there, though. Gino might go sliding up. He does. Can Clements get the exit?
That was...
Oh, that's what he needed the whole time, and Clements is going to get that 3rd spot.
That was clean. Just sends him in. Gino kind of sends it in a little deeper.
Yeah, he
missed the corner
forced
and
the mistake.
Yeah, and Josh was ready for that mistake, pounced on it, got the spot.
Yeah, and it worked this time. You remember, he was trying the outside, didn't work, and he forced the mistake and faked Gino.
Yeah, that gap is now, I don't know if it's going to grow or not, but I don't know if Gino's got the tires to put that fight back or not.
Yeah.
I don't imagine not, seeing
I think
he's
that
falling
battle
back.
is settled.
So we got about We got 6 laps to go. I mean, Josh could set his sights on done. I realistically don't think he's
I
going
don't
to
know if
catch
he's
him,
gonna.
but
Yeah,
I mean, that's a goal he could put on, maybe just in case, mistakes are made, maybe.
maybe if he got by Gino quicker, I think he would have had a little bit of a chance.
Yeah,
But
maybe.
right now, I don't think. I think it's pretty much over.
Yeah, these top two, Dunlap and Alexander Gonzalez Green, basically put on a clinic, and Alex, he just put the. I don't even know what to say. I mean, he's just.
Pedal to the metal.
I don't even know if it's pedal to the metal. He managed it uh, really like perfectly to what he needed to get this, get where he is right now, and potentially win this race here in just a few laps.
Wow, AGG is 6 seconds ahead of Dun the Prod. That's wild.
Yeah, no, he's done everything he's needed to. He's done everything right. Started pole and managed the pace from there.
Yeah.
And lights out on the competition.
He might get up to 7 seconds here before the end of this race.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if Clements can make it. I don't know. It might be too late, but
I mean, is Clements
still gaining ground. I don't know.
Clements is still losing time to the leaders, so I highly doubt anything's gonna come of that. So Alexander Gonzalez Green, I want to say he's the fastest car on the track right now. I'm just saying that out of pure theory. I don't have any proof of that. But regardless, he has got a pretty good advantage coming with just a few laps to go. Point of no return has been reached.
Ooh.
No more yellows. In fact, this race will go caution free.
AGG gained a full second almost that lap right there. I'm done.
Yeah. With I think we're going to end this race with 5 cars on the lead lap.
Yep.
2 to go this time.
Dunn is taking it really easy in 3 and 4.
Yeah, I think at this point, Dunn, you just got to make sure you don't lose that one more spot.
Yeah, he just lost another second that lap.
Yeah, because if he loses one more spot, that's a couple more points he's not going to have next week. Now, granted, next week that's going to be a whole nother ball game, but you got to make sure you're ready for that ball game from what you put together for this race.
I think Clements might be probably 3 or 5 laps short of catching Dun the Prod.
White flag this time. Alexander Gonzalez Green. He has led most of the race. I mean, he's definitely put on a clinic. I don't even know what to say. He's just put the competition in a bag, sealed them up, and sent them to Detroit. He is gone and away the fastest.
He led all but 10 laps here.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, there's a few laps that some guys stayed out led. Cameron Jameson's led a few laps before calling it a night. But Alexander Gonzalez Green coming off turn 4 for the final time. He's going to win here at Japan Twin Ring Motegi.
And what a performance. And Clements did gain a lot of time on Dun the Prod, but not enough. But he's going to get 3rd here. And Dun the Prod is going to get 2nd. Gino Bonani is going to get 4th. Kyle Watts coming home in 5th.
I mean, this is a long race. 80 laps. That is no joke. Especially for a track like this, it's not easy. One of the more difficult tracks I would imagine. Granted, I haven't raced it, I haven't practiced it, but seeing that, how these guys were struggling for some of these guys, it was a struggle, not easy.
Yeah.
Alexander Gonzalez Green, he's going to bring it down to that front straightaway. He's going to burn it down.
Gino in the chat's positive that Joshua Clements basically your champion.
Yeah. Alexander
GG. Fight,
your winner here at Twin Ring Motegi.
Oh
yeah. With missing half this season, still putting those wins together, that's a statement. drowned in smoke. There he is.
There he is.
That is going to be good. All right.
Close free cam. Nobody's in the waiting room.
Yeah. I imagine probably not a lot of guys wanting interviewed after that one. Yeah, that was a pretty good race. Dang. Let's see, we had 13 post laps. 5 finished on the lead lap. 2 cars that didn't finish got a top 10. Actually, I didn't realize Victor did pass Rivera. I think that was his main goal at that point. Steven Gibson, somehow that car finished this race. That is amazing. I don't know if it was the gearing or by the grace of God, God decided, all right, you finish in this race in third gear. But yeah, no, that was. I gotta give him props. That was. I imagine that was not fun, riding around with that revving out sound for half the race. Essentially, that was.
And he gets
Yeah.
to take that car home and rebuild that thing from
Yeah.
scratch.
Yeah, that is impressive, man. That's
Yeah.
crazy. We do got a couple guys in the waiting room. We got
Oh, we
second
do?
place finisher Dylan LaPrade and the IFAR founder. We'll go ahead and bring them both in since
Oh, yeah.
Ari's the team owner. I see him do some laps in happy hour, so we'll see what their thoughts are.
User was moved to your channel. Buddy was moved to your channel.
Howdy, howdy. How we feeling?
Tired, but I'm doing good nonetheless.
Yeah, 80 laps. I imagine that was kind of long for you guys. Feel like you were struggling a little bit there with how long the race was, or you feel like that was a good groove for you in terms of the length?
I mean, it wasn't like too bad per se, but it was still a grueling race, and just mentally just trying to stay in it because unlike going to a track like Atlanta, Charlotte, or Texas, or whatever other track, it is a relatively flat track and way different than most mile and a halves we've run this season. So it was going to be a challenge just to maintain, that mental state for those 80 laps and, just staying in it. It was going to be a long race, stay smooth and consistent, but stay right there with Alex and others if it came to that point. So.
Bill, you got any questions for Dunn?
You tried the undercut strategy on AGG. Did you obviously you were hoping that would work out. Did you think that maybe it would work, like basically gambling? Basically, that you basically couldn't catch him on raw speed. Well, you could catch him but not pass him. Did you think that you were hoping to get around him on that strategy?
If I'm going to be completely blunt, I don't think even if I did undercut earlier or stay the same as it was, I don't think it would have made a difference because Alex was just, rocket fast all night. And even though I was staying with him in that first half, that first stand and second stand before that final pit stop, it was going to be, I mean, maybe I could have pitted a little earlier, but maybe like a lap to 2. But he would have recognized the situation anyways. And I think even if I did get ahead of Alex, I think it was going to be very, very difficult for me to try to hold him off because, like I said, he was just wicked fast all night. And I don't think there was anything that I could have done different. I think it just would have it would have been the same outcome. But
Yeah.
to get second place finish out of that, not too bad, I'd say.
Yeah, not
I mean,
terrible.
even though that, Josh and Gino were catching up to me at the end, luckily, the right front held up just long enough for me to hang on to salvage what was going to be I fight with Alex for the win and salvage a second place finish. So I wish I would have put this Gadira Komodo Racing number 74 car in victory lane, but that's just the way it goes.
Yeah. And do you think maybe you have another chance one of these next few races?
I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be very tough. I mean, it's kind of been it's been a very difficult season for me just because I haven't won a race, and there's been a few times where I've had a chance, but then it's mainly just the super speedways where I've had a chance. Everywhere else, I just don't really have the kind of speed.
We're on the same
Like,
boat.
yeah, just don't have the kind of speed like Noah, Tyler, Jerry, Kyle, Josh, and even Gino and Steven and others as well. So it hasn't been an easy season for me. Even though I'm still in the championship fight, but to still
Yeah.
not win, it's kind of unheard of for me usually uh, because I usually win a race before the final race of the season. But
Yeah.
yeah, like I said, it just has not been hasn't been my season. Just I'd rather not win the championship and go winless. I mean, that would be the worst outcome for me. I almost did that one time, and I was, almost not thrilled about it. But hopefully, we can. Not only I can win next week, but hopefully win the championship. But I think Joshua Clemens still has a pretty monumental lead. So even if I did win, I think Joshua, still has it in the bag. So, hopefully I can get my first win of the season next week. But if not, then it is what it is.
Yep, that's for sure.
Well, I don't got any other questions for you. I know Arya was in here. Arya, you got any thoughts?
Yeah, of course, and thank you for having me. I think definitely the race was damage limitation for us, seeing as most of our drivers were unable to show up tonight or had issues. It was definitely a very good drive from Dunn, just managing his stuff. We were quite close to Alex in the first stint. We had relatively decent pit stops, good execution. But really, from the second stint onwards, I mean, Alex was pulled away, and we were trying to figure out what to do, how to combat that. But after a while, towards the end of the second stint, he had enough of a gap to really just respond to anything we did. We tried going for fastest lap, but that didn't work out. But yeah, otherwise, second was the best that we could do. Our competitors as well were struggling. So, I think if we're reviewing and slightly upset over P2, I think that's definitely a good thing. We have obviously the both championships going to Chicago, so that's still good, and that's what we're going to look for. Obviously, have to go back and analyze Motegi and where we could have been better, just like strategy wise and on track, and just be better going forward. But nonetheless, proud of this team, proud of Dunn, proud of everybody, and yeah, we'll keep it moving.
All right. Well, I don't got any other questions for y'all. Bill, you got any other questions before we let them go?
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, unless y'all got any other statements, call that good.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you for having me.
All right. As done, P2 and Arya Carmona, league founder and
Buddy
S14 owner,
disconnected from your channel.
with also that P2 for the team. So one last look at the IFAR standings coming into next race at Chicagoland. We go from 5 to 3 now with just Gino Bononi, Dunn LaPrade, and Joshua Clements in contention for this title. And right now, it's looking like Joshua Clements in prime position.
Yep.
Yeah, 18-point gap over Dunn LaPrade, 24-point gap over Gino Bononi, who Gino 3-win season has had a few races not go his way. I think one of those races I'd point out would be Daytona Road Course. Had a good, not exactly the great run, but had that issue on pit road with the 81 in Daytona. I think that from at least from what I would understand, definitely had a hindrance. Then the bits and pieces of things not quite falling together. But that's just how seasons are sometimes. Sometimes things don't fall together the way you want them to, and other people can rise to the occasion. And you look at those amount of podiums. Josh 6 podiums this season out of 14 starts. That's pretty impressive,
User
all things
disconnected from your
considered.
channel.
So yeah, that's something to look forward into next race. I think Josh doesn't have it locked up, but it's looking very likely that Josh Clements is going to be our season 14 IFAR champion after Chicagoland.
Yeah, I think he's gonna start running away with it. Gino says that his championship ended back when he crashed at Coda.
Yeah.
His game crashed, but
Oh, yeah.
and his championship in IFAR is just not meant to be. Says,
I mean, yeah, you can be bummed out about IFAR, but IFAR is not the only league out there. You got Gnarl,
Oh, yeah.
you got
CCRS.
yeah, he's actually had a really rough season in both those leagues as of recent compared to IFAR where he has 3 wins, but he still had other successes, and I don't think he's washed up at all. If anything, he's improved a little bits and pieces here and there, but that competition has also improved, and
Yep.
yeah, I definitely wouldn't look too down upon it. A lot of guys wish they could get 3 wins in an IFAR season, and it's impressive that Gino could do that. And yeah, that's really my statement on that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if we're racing next week, but if we are, we'll be there. Gnarl, they are going to their second to last race at Daytona Road Course this Friday, so you can catch us there. Other than that, I think that should be good.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Should have been yesterday.
Yeah, oh well. Scheduling changes, setups, all that
Yeah.
jazz. You never know what's gonna happen. Well, for me, Brandon Bill, and everybody that was involved, thank you all for watching. If y'all enjoyed, be sure to like, subscribe, all that jazz.